making sense. Can we make this make sense, Dave? Trent Williams is locked up until 2026. Brandon Ayuk is on his last year, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna hold in. Trent Williams like, man, I'm not all these years, but I'm holding out. He's gonna have to restructure this contract. All right. I'm like, I need some more guaranteed dollars. So Dave, this is your squad, man. I mean, y'all got a lot of history on the drama when it comes to these contracts. Debo Samuels, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Debo, Brandon Ayuk. I probably Trent Williams at one point. I'm not sure if he held out though the first time, right when he got his contract. But Dave, talk to us. What's up?
My boy wants more guaranteed money. He this last year was his last year full of guaranteed money. He want more. He's scheduled. I know his yearly contract is scheduled to go up in the next 3 years. I think it's 20 million this year. I believe it's like 25 next year, and then 33 million in the last year. So he just wants more guaranteed money right now. And more than likely it's gonna happen. It's just that he wants to know why it hasn't happened now. Because we could have did the same thing with him that we did with Christian McCaffrey. With Christian McCaffrey, he still has some years left on his contract, and all we did was extend it more and give him more guaranteed money up front. And that actually saved us money. Honestly, this could do the same thing, and it would bring us a lot closer to giving Brandon Ayuk the contract that he wants, because he wants to be the highest paid, or if not one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league. So that would more than likely help out. So I'm not sure why it's taking so long or why it hasn't happened yet. But Trent Williams, to me, is the most important person on this offense, because without Trent Williams, this offensive line is not the same. He is the guy that leads that offensive line and leads this team offensively, because you may not see the stats, because the offensive lineman, you're not going to see like the pancake stats and all that stuff like that. But you know that he hasn't allowed a sack since the 2021 season. He hasn't allowed a sack since then. Not a playoff game, not a regular season. He hasn't allowed a sack since then. So that lets you know that he's still the best left tackle in the league. And he does everything he needs to do for this offense. He helps with the run game. He helps with the pass game. That's why Brock Purdy is able to play the way that he needs to play. It helps Christian McCaffrey get more open runs, even though we know CMC is already great. But it makes it it makes it a lot much easier for him. And it makes it easier for all the other guys like Debo when Debo's in the backfield. It makes it easier for him. It makes it easier for Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle to block as well, because George Kittle is the greatest to me in the league, the best blocking tight end in the league. I don't think anyone else is a better blocker than he is. You can try to name someone else, but no one does what he does. If you saw what he did at Aiden Hutchinson in the NFC Championship game, that'll show you that George Kittle is the best blocking tight end in the league. And this offense will not run the way that it needs to if Trent Williams is not out there. So this needs to be a priority, and it needs to happen ASAP.
I agree. I think George Kittle is the best blocker tight end in the league. Now, look, this is the situation right now. Trent Williams is 36 years old. Trent Williams has a contract up to 2026. Trent Williams has no more guaranteed money on his contract. And you know how it is with the NFL, no matter how good you are. And Trent Williams is a guy who don't miss games. Since being the 49ers, he played at least 14. He played 14 games his first year and 15 every game after that. But then, a lot of them years at the end of the season, he got on play. Last year he played 15 games, but the last game of the season, only nobody played for real. And he missed that one game after the Browns game, right?
He missed one. He missed that one game after the Browns game, and then the last game of the season, I don't think he played that either.
Yeah, he set out. So, but the one time he got hurt, we saw it. Even with CMC, we saw the change. And I agree. Out of this whole offense, Trent Williams is the glue. He's the most important guy, because that offensive line. So really ain't the best offensive line, but with Trent Williams there, it makes it so much better. And without Trent Williams, a lot of things are not functioning.
It makes it so much worse when he's not out there.
Yes, it does. I know firsthand. Dang you, Ron Rivera and dang Snyder. But anyways, so I think that he's doing the right thing, and I'm pretty sure Dave feel the same way. Like, and all 49ers fans. We know the 49ers are going to make sure he plays. We know they're going to give him more guaranteed dollars. We know this. The one thing you got to make sure you take care of is that front line. You got to take care of them.
Because if you don't take care of Trent Williams, if you don't take care of Trent, you bound to say that Brock Purdy's going to get hurt this year.
Exactly. And you trying to win this Super Bowl this year because Brock Purdy is coming up next year. This is how the Cowboys are saying we all in with our roster. No, the 49ers are really all in because they know that if they don't win this year, like some guys gonna have to go next year. Some guys gonna have to go. Some gonna have to change next year because Brock Purdy might get a huge contract if he plays another good season. So I'm cool with it. I think I'm happy he's doing it, and I feel like the 49ers are going to take care of him sooner or later.
Yeah, but you got to still remember he's still 36 years old, right? And you got to take that into account for offensive lineman longevity. Okay, it's the reason why Joe Thomas isn't in the league anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of injuries. No, it's a reason why. Now, I do agree with you guys wholeheartedly that he should get paid, but it has to be done the correct way. It has to be done the correct way because you got to take into account that he is 36 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the contract was built the way it was built. That's why there are no guarantees in his last few years because he's 36 years old.
Still the best lineman in the league.
Still the best one. It's still probably the best old lineman in the league, I think, right? And there's some people and see, I think what happened is that the kid in Minnesota got paid, right? And a couple of other ones got paid. I think he's looking at
those guys were due for contracts though. It's a little different.
But I think he's looking at their contracts and he's like, hey, I need something that mirrors this.
No, I don't think he's worried about that. He just needs some guaranteed money.
I think. But see, here's the thing: the guarantees is what he's looking for. You're right.
Yeah.
But I think he wants it to mirror something what they have up there. It's going to mirror what they have. I guarantee you when you see it, it's going to mirror what those guys have. Right? It may not be exact. What's up?
If Jason Peters, now look, Tony. If Jason Kelce, who is also 36 years old, say, you know what? I'm gonna play 2 more years with y'all, Philly. You think they're gonna give him some guaranteed money?
Of course they are.
36 years old, because of the value he brings to that team.
Of course they are. It's no question.
Although he's 36 years old, Jason Kelce is rarely injured. He played most of the games, and he's still the best center in football.
So here's what I would say with him, right? They would have probably done, and which I think is what's going to happen with this one right here. I think they're going to probably do a year-to-year guarantee money with him. They will probably do that with Kelce also, do a year-to-year type contract where, I know.
And that was a 1-year contract. And how he was taking shots. He said, I'm going to sign with y'all.
But what I'm saying is, so what he's talking about with Kelce is what I think they may end up doing with him also. They may come in there and do a 1-year guarantee contract and do it year to year with him.
No,
right? They may do 2 years, right? Or something like that. They're not going to give him a long contract. It'll be like a 2-year it'll be kind of like it'll be kind of like how they restructure Brady's contract every year.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But hold on, Tony, it's a reason why he was on a year-by-year contract. Like he said, Colin Kelce, it was the reason why he was on a year-by-year contract because he was contemplating on retirement. He was.
No. I agree with it. I'm not saying it's in there, but it gives a framework for what they can do, especially for financially for the 49ers, right? Because they still got to look at other things that's in there. You got 2 players that's disgruntled. You don't have 1 player. You got 2 great players that's disgruntled. All right. So you're gonna I know we're not talking about Brandon right now, but he's still right there. He's there, but he's sitting on the sideline like a fan.
He's talking about Rich every day. So he not as disgruntled as it seems.
But keep it real though, like they said, that he just get hit with the franchise tag. There we go.
yeah, true. He very easily get hit with that.
And the thing is, and it's like I said earlier. if Trent Williams gets signed, it's not going to hurt our money. It's going to help.
It probably won't, right? It probably won't, and it probably should.
Right. You actually lower the dollars to give him more guarantees.
Yeah,
and see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
we did with CMC.
But that's why I said they're going to probably make it a Brady like contract. If you go back and look at so everybody always says this thing that's false about the Patriots never paying Brady, right? People say that all the time. Oh, he never got paid. It is false. It is false, man. Brady would restructure his contract, and they would give him signing bonuses that be in the range of $27 to $30 million, and he would play on like a $6-7 million contract. So I can see them doing something like that because it doesn't hurt them against the salary cap. You know what I'm saying? Doing a contract like that, and if they do something like that, I mean, it will work out for both people. He got his money because I think with game plays or something like that, with games or something like that, he's looking to make about $35 million this year. His contract says like 20 or something like that, but it's like 35 really. So he's really technically still going to, with the contract he has right now, be one of the highest paid tackles in the league, in the top 5 or 6 or something like that. He still will be in there, but it's just the fact that there's no, if he gets injured, which he doesn't really do, that's really what the guarantees really cover, right? Should he get injured, but he plays so well, he doesn't do that, right? And you guys are right. Without him, do you ever watch him down the field with CMC?
Yes.
like people. I don't think I think people come in and say that he's good, but he's great. Stop calling him good.
Hall of Famer.
He's
definitely a Hall of Famer.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best. No, he's the best right now.
Yeah,
like you've never seen someone that's 6'5" and like 315, 3 whatever it is, that moves like that.
Yeah. I still remember. I still remember that game against the Packers in the playoffs where we moved him in motion.
I remember that. I remember that too.
Get us open.
Imagine that you were a linebacker and you
see Trent Williams moving in motion. You like, oh my God.
Or you a DB in the nickel and you see that.
Yeah,
you like, man, please don't run away.
So I don't. This is in what, its fourth year, fourth day of this. I don't see this lasting more than 10 days. It'll last probably 10 days. They'll wipe out that. They'll give him with it. He's what, 50,000 a day or something like that. He's getting fined or something like that. All they'll do is put that in his contract, right? They'll put that in his contract. He'll pay whatever the fine is in the contract from there. And this will be over back in 10 days, less than 10 days, 10 days or less. They're not going to let him sit out like that. John Lynch is too smart.
They also have the option to not fine him at all. They put him on the non-football, non-injury list. So
right, but it's still, but he's still getting fined. But
what I'm saying is they have the option to stop the fines if they want to.
They won't. They won't do that.
They did it. All I'm saying is they did it for Bosa last year. Bosa didn't get fined at all.
Yeah, but Bosa thing was a little different.
No, I'm not go there.
You got a younger player too.
But listen, ever since I saw Chris Jones last year, hold out the whole offseason, didn't play week 1, showed up to the game in the press box.
I know, right?
And got his bread. I look at these situations like, all right, bro, they're going to get paid. Like, if it's a very, very important player like a Chris Jones or a Trent Williams, we talking about like, we need you to win a Super Bowl. They're going to get paid, bro. That's why I'm not tripping on CeeDee Lamb right now. Brandon Ayuk is different. I feel like the 49ers can still, like, be a good team without Brandon Ayuk, you know? But, come on, Cowboys need CD. We know that. You know, the 49ers need Trent. We know that, you know? So, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to happen. Davey Schefter, he's going to be on. He's going to keep us updated.
Of course.
He's going to let us know first. So, I ain't tripping. And he's going to be like, he's going to be quick to his phone up. But anyways,